Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Melee all day, and I'm just gonna rap with you. Period. I'm just gonna talk to you. Tonight we're gonna talk about life. Life and the people in your life. Things that happen to you in your life and how we deal with it. I'm letting y'all know right now, I don't have the chat screen up, so I'm not gonna be seeing anybody in the chat, maybe down the road, but I'm just gonna talk. Somebody out here is gonna feel this. You know, when you born, you are in somebody else's hands to be molded, shaped, and if you're lucky, to be prepared for this world, to go out in it, be successful, achieve your dreams, be what you want to be. And your life depends on those people that God has given you to raise you, to teach you, and to love you. And all through your life, you're told things and you're taught things. Be this way, be that way. Don't be this way, don't be that way. Do your best, try harder, love, care, be nice. You're told a lot of things. And as you grow, things are instilled in you. And a lot of things are instilled in you that you don't even know they're in there. And depending upon the type of people that are raising you, depends how you grow and how you mold. You have a lot of people out here. They come from good families. And they're loved, nurtured, and they're valued. And when you have that foundation, 9 out of 10 times, the apple don't fall far from the tree. And that's a great thing, man. That's a great thing for some people. They have that life. They have that support system. They have stability. They have people that they can lean on. And then there's another part of society where kids don't have a support system. They don't have people they can lean on. They don't have structure. They aren't led by example. And that tends to be, as you go through life and see a lot of people, there's a lot of adults out here in this world that raised themselves, didn't have people to lean on. They weren't valued. They weren't nurtured. They were just in the way. You know people that tell you their story. In their life, they just was the kid that ate too much or didn't get a job at 15 to help the family, got cussed out, got beat, got assaulted, sexually abused. All type of calamities befell them. And then they become adults. And now the world views them as a fuck up. Never once taking the time to get to know them and to see who they really are and why they're who they are. And for some reason, a lot of people that have had that past, unfortunately for them, they seem to have that adulthood. And maybe it's because they can't recognize and identify the qualities that good people possess. If they never been loved, then if someone tells them they love them, that's good enough for them because they don't know what real love is. You know what I mean? You can have somebody tell you they love you and all that type of stuff, but would you rather have somebody tell you they love you or show you they love you? In today's society, we got so many single parents, single dads, single moms raising their kids. Because of that situation, that single parent just don't have enough time to do everything. When you're a kid, you look at your parent or parents like superheroes, like they're invincible. And a lot of times, a kid doesn't know it, but your mom raising you, single mom raising her son or daughter or kids, and they growing up together. And that parent makes mistakes with the older kids. And those same mistakes they don't make with the younger kids. And the younger kids, they get it a little bit better because the parents have grown up. They're not still trying to be young or chase a life that they didn't get. And those kids that suffer, a lot of times they don't even, who when you're a kid, they say, we ain't got no money, we're poor or whatever, but you don't really know what poor means because you're not living in a rich household to understand the depths of your poverty or to realize what you're missing out on. You grow up, you live your life. And then when you get in the world, you start meeting people and seeing things and you're like, damn, wow, they got this, they got that. They got mom and dad. They're married. They got a good house. And so as you go and grow, you look at shit and realize, you start to realize what you missed out on. And that creates resentment. It's so important for parents, kids, man. You gotta love your kids. And loving your kid don't mean you buy them Jordans or gold chains or take them on vacations. You invest in them mentally. You take the time to do things and live your life in a way, that will enrich the ways of the world. So when they go out in this world, they know how to act. They've seen it before. They heard it before. It's so important to invest in your kids. How many of you been out here and you will meet somebody or be around somebody and you see how their family is, how their mother is, or how their father is, and it like hits you like somebody throwing a bucket of water in your face. Damn. Did they really love me? You start to wonder. Because you see what other people have, whether it be Thanksgiving. You ever go Thanksgiving over a friend's house and everybody you meet hug you? God damn, huggy motherfuckers, is all this shit. It's weird. And they mom just be the sweetest, nicest, lovingest person in the world. And you leave, you go home, you be doing your own thing. You might lay down to go to bed and you just start thinking, damn, my family fucked up. Be some cold-blooded jokers, man. Now, in defense of the family, maybe they was treated the same way. You know, maybe they was treated the same way, so they don't know how to love. It might be the hardest thing in the world for your father to put his arms around you and tell you, I love you. No matter what you do, I love you, because you're mine. You know, some people deal with families and parents tell you, shit, between you and your sister, I ain't got a penny. You ain't worth a goddamn. Say that shit and keep it moving, not realizing that's going to stick with that child. You know? The things that our loved ones say to us, especially as kids, you know, kids remember things. We all remember things that were said and done to us that those raising us done forgot about because they got 1,000,001 things going on. That was just something they said, maybe in the heat of anger, or maybe they was going through something. Maybe dad cheated, or maybe mom cheated, and it was just one of them days, and they just said some shit because they was hurting. You know, they say hurt people hurt people. And a lot of times when the parents are hurting, they take it out on the kids because you're getting on their nerves. You know what I mean? You in the way. They got to buy you school shoes, and they buy you shoes, and your dumb ass go out here and tear them up. You don't know what $40 is for new shoes. You just think you can get some more. You're going to wear them tore up shoes to school and get clowned. It's a lesson in that to take care of your shit. So you don't got to be the butt of jokes. But there are things that happen to kids that will stick with them for life. You know, I can speak from firsthand. You know, things that, you know, just affect you. And it's just crush you, really. You know? I know everybody out there listening to the sound of my voice done been through some things that, shit, you probably wouldn't talk about with anyone. It wouldn't matter who it was. You ain't going to tell Jesus about it. It might be embarrassing or just be so hurtful that talking about it will tap them emotions that you don't want to go into, make your ass cry, make you feel like shit. I done had my share of uppercuts from family. Whew, we gonna get deep tonight, y'all. We're gonna get deep tonight, man. You can be in a situation and overnight, that shit change. And ain't a damn thing you can do about it. But look up, get up, and don't give up. I was probably, I don't know, I think I was probably about 11 years old, 11 or 10. I had been with my grandmother for a couple years. And I was bad, you know. But when I think back on it at that age, I wasn't that bad. I just had a little smart mouth. And I was a boy, you know, just a bad little boy. And let's see, I was probably 8 years old. And I was so glad I lived with my mom. We lived in the, when I got the news, I was going to live with my dad. Because my dad had a job. And when I went over my dad's, you know, because we didn't see him that much, we seen him, but, you know, lived with my mom's. So when we seen my dad, it was time to go to movies, go to the carnival, or go over his house for the summer for a couple of weeks. You know, my dad was definitely there. And, you know, get to go to movies, go swimming, live with my mom. We didn't do shit. My dad would get my mom child support. She spent that shit on herself. Those was facts. And so when the word came down, was going to move with my dad, super excited. And like I said, I was a bad little joker. And when I found out I was moving, give you an insight on how I was bad. Found out we was moving. Never forget it. I knew my dad was going to be at my house when we got out of school. That was my last day of school. So on the way home from school, because it was a different town I was living in and to where I was moving, I was on the bus throwing books out the window. Social studies don't need this. Threw it out the window. I was having the time of my life cutting up. Got home. Bags was packed. Went with my dad. So in the car, we was talking, we riding. Make a long story short, well, what we was gonna do is we was gonna go stay with grandma because, my dad had to work a lot and, come to my dad's on the weekends and in the summer. And that's how we was going to do it. And that was cool. And got to my grams, get my room. My grandma sit down the rules. She wasn't no punk. My grandmother raised 8 boys. And for the most part, she did it on her own. So she was a tough lady. She was tough, but she made it happen. And, my dad and them had their stories. It's my dad's mother. He had his stories of poor. But when them 8 boys got grown, none of them went to jail. None of them was prisoners. Working men, good men. My grandma raised good, strong men. So when they say a woman can't raise a man, that's not true. My grandmother did do that. And as time went on, we go for the weekends and stuff, but the weekends got further and further apart. Dad was working hard, couldn't spend time like that all the time with us. And Gram, she was there, she did it. My dad helped her out. He made sure he took care of us. Dad always took care of me. Excellent provider. But it was just one particular time, man. My sister wasn't like me. I was older. I seen things with my mom, so I had a little resentment towards her, my innocence was lost early. I seen shit I shouldn't have seen. So I was always, a little mad at my mom. But my sister didn't know any of that. And one day, my grandmother was washing my sister's hair. And my sister, I got long hair. You should see my sister. My sister will cut her hair, and in a month, it'll be back long again. She's got a head full of hair. Always did. My grandmother had 8 boys, and her hair was cut short. She didn't know how to handle that thick, woolly black mane. So she's washing my sister's hair in the bathroom sink. Now, why she didn't do it in the tub, I don't really know. But my sister couldn't have been no older than 5. She's trying to wash her head in the bathroom sink. Imagine the bathroom sink. You can't really wash no one's hair in the bathroom sink. And, little kid and soap and water in their eye. My sister's she's giving my gram the blues. My sister hitting her head off the spigot, and she started crying and yelling. And my sister called out for my mom. She started hollering, "Mommy." Man, boy, that ticked my grandmother off. She called my uncle. My uncle was 11 months older than me. And it's a fact, love him to death, my uncle resented us. His dad died when he was 3. And we came and lived with him and his mom. We was in the way. 2 more mouths to feed. Got to share the TV and share the joystick. And he's a child. He didn't know any better. But I'm sure he resented it. I'm not going to blame him for that. She called him because she couldn't hold my sister down. He gladly flew up them steps to hold her head down under that sink. And just to hear my sister calling for my mom, she wasn't coming. That affected me. And, being my mom and dad had them problems, and they was they was fighting. I wanted to make my dad happy, so it was like, I was gonna not love my mom with him. I'm gonna align myself with my father and pretend that I didn't want to see my mom. And regardless of what my mom did, it's your mother. What much do you know? I know my mom didn't. It was a good thing my dad came and got us. I'd be in the penitentiary right now. We're just gonna lay that out there. But the way that went down with my sister, for the first time really in years, I had missed my mother. So I just, from that moment, I ain't never told anyone this. From that moment, I started rebelling. I started being bad in school. I was just angry at the world. And at that time, you don't really know why. I wasn't sitting up like, I miss my mom, so I'm going to, you know what I mean? But just had a kid, shit running through my head. So I start rebelling. And I just being bad. And I never forget it. One day my grandmother told me, she said, boy, get on my nerves. If your dad wasn't paying me, you wouldn't be here. Shit, I'm 47 years old. And I never forget that to the day. If I get Alzheimer's, I'll remember that. Cut me like a knife. So, as a child, you don't understand the dynamics of what's going on. You have a kid, mom's gone. So as a kid, why don't they want me? You know how kids are. Well, a lot of kids, girls, and that's dad, but that wasn't there, man. Why you ain't love me, or why? That ain't it. It's just life, Life just, until you have kids and you deal with someone else, you don't understand. But it manifests, it morphed into a shit. My mom don't love me. If my dad, he didn't want us, he gave us the gram. And now Graham says, she wasn't getting paid, I wouldn't be here. Hey man, the rebel was born. From that moment, the rebel was born. And when you're a child, there's only so much you can say. When you doing stuff and why are you doing that? Why are you like that? I knew why, but just couldn't say. You get older and it turns into you can't express certain things because of the rejection. Hey man, that's how it was, man, and that type of thing stuck with me. And other things happened, other things went on, but like I said before, one day I said, that's enough. And I got my little bit of rags and I was gone. You know what I mean? I was gone. To the streets I went and I lived my life. And when you're a youth, a lot of these kids out here who are wilding out and doing what they doing, a lot of them don't know love. A lot of them don't feel loved. And if you don't feel loved, you don't have no self-worth, no self-worth. And if you don't know your worth, then you don't value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, you damn sure ain't gonna value nobody else. And that's a lot of what we got going on today in this society. when you could wonder how a 14 or 15-year-old kid out here is a murderer and got a few bodies under their belt. You know, shit, if I was 15, when I was 15, if at that age somebody would have put a gun in my hand, I'd have been using it too. I did have a roof, and I had, my dad was in my life, so he kicked my ass. You know what I mean? If I got, as they say down south, too big for my britches, my dad will come through. My dad saved my life by kicking my ass to a degree, you know, because there was shit I just wasn't going to do because my father will fuck me up. And sometimes I needed that. But emotionally, yeah, it wasn't there. I wasn't taken care of. And you know, if you listen to people, if you care about somebody, you really care about them. If you pay attention and listen to them, they'll tell you what's wrong and they'll tell you how to love them. But you just gotta care enough to listen. Here the fuck we go with this shit. Woo wee. Don't stop. Fuck. Close this. Shit. But anyway, well, you know, if you care enough, you will listen. And that's a lot of the problem that these young kids are going through, man. When you got babies having babies, single parents, a lot of these mothers and fathers are still babies themselves. And they still trying to turn up or chasing the dream that they have, you know? And the kids always suffer. You know, that verse in the Bible, man, the children will pay for the parents' sins. You know, when you're young, you know, you hear different shit. And it'd be a lifetime you'd be trying to figure out what the hell that meant. Well, you still wet behind the ears. You feel behind your ear. My ears ain't wet. You don't even know what that means. You know? But as you go, you will learn what some of them sayings mean, man. And the son will pay for the father's sins. That's real. Because as the parents do things, the kids suffer, whether it be the dad's in jail, now the streets is raising them. You know, mommy, she loose in the pants. You got a bunch of dudes around. You'll lose respect for your mother. If you lose respect for your mother, what woman are you going to respect? You know what I mean? Because your mom's supposed to give you a love that no one else can match. Your father is the man that you aspire to be. So if those two people ain't right, you know, the kids will suffer. And now you have an adult that's going through life angry. And a lot of things happen, man. But we as people, it's a crazy thing because, like, my man Jay Quill, my man Tazo, and we talk every day. If we don't talk every day, we talk every other day. And these are dudes that I ain't never shook their hand. You know what I mean? Like, and I love them dudes, man. I will call them with the situation that's going on before I call some people that I've known all my life. You know what I mean? they will call me a couple times a day. Whereas people I've known all my life, it might be a week or two before I hear from them. But the reason I say that is because when you're going through life and you decide to change and you get tired of dumb shit, bullshit, going through shit and shit being fucked up, you can change and you start to gravitate, you start to rake in people that have that same mindset. They have that same mindset. And as you grow as an individual and you really are changing, you're going to find that people in your life that been in your life ain't going to like that shit. And they not going to see it how you see it. You know what I'm saying? No two trees grow at the same pace, at the same rate. Surround yourself with like-minded people. You ever been living and going, doing your thing, and you got homeboys that when everything is cool, they fucking with you. But if something goes down or something happens to you, you lose your job or child die, anything that could go wrong. And then they not there for you. They not riding with you. You know what I mean? You could talk to them every day. And when you talk to them, you say, yo, I got to talk to you about something. Just the fact that you said, I got to talk to you about something, they skedaddle. And you be thinking in your mind like, damn, man, it's fucked up. If you cared about me, what you kicking me for? And you might resent or get mad or feel like they're doing you wrong. They're not doing you wrong. Third eye open, J. Quill. Third eye open. They're not doing you wrong. They're doing you right. They're doing you a favor. You just got to be man enough or woman enough to realize, man, motherfucker ain't down for me. Go on, get away from them and move on. Leave them alone, whether it be your sister or a parent or your brother, aunt, grandma. Sometimes you got to just get away and leave people alone, man. Because at the end of the day, they don't mean you no good. They don't mean you no good, especially when you've seen it before. Because you can guarantee you got people in your life that are there for you and that care about you. But because maybe you're not sleeping with them or they can't loan you money or they don't want to go to the bar with you or something, you tend to shy away from them. But when in reality, they really care about you. But because you not loving yourself, you ain't recognizing the love and the true and real friendship that they're bringing you. Because you need a love and a friendship that feels a certain way. They got to do what you want them to do. They got to do what you say. You can look at the kids out here, man. You can have kids be best friends, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, all the way up to high school. And then when the other one kid's in high, he start smoking weed and drinking, and he don't want to hang out with the good square. Now his friends is the people that's headed nowhere fast. But because they doing what he doing, he thinking they best friends just because they doing the same shit. A true friend, a real friend, somebody that love you, man, if you ain't talked to them in 2 years, when the next time you talk to them, it's like you talked to them yesterday. That's a real friend. That's somebody that you need to keep in your life. Maybe reach out a little bit more. A real friend is somebody that says, you know what, man? I really ain't want to do that for you. But because I knew that was critical and you really needed it, man, I went on ahead and did that for you. That's a friend. That's a friend. Now, in the real life, I got a couple good friends. But I got one friend, man, dog, love him to death. Love him to death. My man, Moshe. And it ain't, we ain't cool because he look out for me or I can call on him. Yeah, that's great and everything. But he's my guy because he give it to me real. He give it to me raw. And he don't abuse me. He don't just kick it with me when everything is peachy keen. And that's a real friend. And we, though we may be damaged, though we may be going through things, we still got to keep our focus on, man, and keep pushing. And at those times when you need a good friend, your real friends will be there. But you can't do them dirty. You can't be selfish. It can't be all about you. Don't be the grandma that only taking care of the grandkids because they getting money. Don't be that person. You know what I mean? Don't be that person because you trust and believe this one. The pendulum swings. It never just stays on one side. The pendulum swings. And today you might be up and everything is feeling good gravy. But one day it will be your turn. The pendulum will swing the other way. And that's when you're going to need somebody. Don't be that person that don't need nobody. Don't be that ignorant son of a bitch that really don't give a damn about other people. Because other people ain't going to give a damn about you. And then you're going to be talking about God, why, and all that goofy shit. All that goofy shit. As for me, I'm not going to sit up and do all that, man. I was watching the Mamba Mentality, Kobe Bryant. And Kobe said, hey, whether you winning the championship, whether you hit the lottery, or you down and out, lost your job, whatever it may be, look at it, diagnose it for what it is, accept it, and keep it pushing. Then you can pivot. When people don't accept things, then they wallow in it. Whatever you going through, if your kids is messing up, whatever you're going through, don't wallow in it. Accept it and pivot. Because when you accept it, you know, okay, this is what it is, man. And pivot. Do what you got to do. Because this life is short, man. Life is short. I'm seeing some things in these last couple weeks that I forgot existed, man. I forgot it existed. These streets is real. It's dangerous out here, man. It's dangerous out here in these streets, man. Niggas, man, I'm on shine, son. And I'm inside. I'm inside, son. I'm inside. I don't want to be outside. Call me whatever you want. It's vicious out here, man. Right now, woo-wee, I'm glad I am 47. I don't want to be in the mix with these dudes. It's a lot of killing, stealing, drug dealing, and cutthroating going on out here, man. Straight up, man. My YouTube buddies, and I thank y'all, man. Hey, man, I got two good dudes, man, on my side, man. God bless y'all, man. Straight up, man. Salute to Jay Quill. Salute to Tazo. Salute to my man A-Train, too, man. I can't forget A-Train. I've been trying to get at you, A-Train. I had a phone situation, but that shit straight now. We've been playing phone tag. Make sure you call me tomorrow if you're hearing this, or I'm gonna call you. And my other good YouTube buddy, man, is Khalil Amani. We be talking, man. Him and my man Tazo, they got a playful beef going along, but man, I got love for both them brothers, man. Two good dudes, man. You be surprised, man. You know, you could be out here looking, man. And the minute you quit looking, it appears, man. Whatever you looking for, man. And, you know, I said, this ain't real life. It's YouTube. Man, this ain't YouTube, ain't no video game, man. There's real people with lives and feelings on the other end of these avatars and these comments in these videos. Anyone could come up here and make a video and present you with the savoir-faire of the Shangri-La, of a beautiful life. And they could be in pure misery. Or it could be the other way around. Somebody could be sitting up and have you thinking they at the bottom, calling you up, asking you to borrow $400 with the promise of, I pay you back soon as I get home. And they got it, but they just want to use you. This is real life on this YouTube. And that's a testimony, man. I told Jay Quill, man, next week, man, I said, I'm going down to Virginia. I'm going to check Tazo out, man. There's too much drama where I'm at right now, man. It's violence. It's gunplay. It's goons. It's goons out there in them streets. And I said, I'm gonna go see Tazo, dog. Jay Quill's like, damn, man, I'm going on a trip. He getting ready to go on a vacation. I won't tell his business. But he would have liked to come with me, but man, it's just crazy. Who would have thought that I would be going to Virginia to see my homeboy from YouTube, and then as I carry on through to hit North Carolina, check one of my mans out. But we all done been through some shit. And there's somebody out there right now. I know it. There's somebody out there right now smiling and dapping and kicking it and living life. And they got something on the inside eating them up. Don't let it eat you up. There are people out here that care about you. That's the thing about love and family. Yeah, you can't pick your family. And you'll say, oh yeah, that ain't family, that's my friend. But they can be your family. And they'll treat you better than family. You know what I'm saying? They'll treat you better than your family. Hey, man. Love is love, man. And no matter where it comes from, man, recognize it, embrace it, and appreciate it. There there is somebody out there that you can talk to. There is somebody out there to lift you up. There is somebody out there that needs you to lift them up, man. I don't care if it's one person, man. It could be my homeboy Nate, Big Nate. Nate, good dude, man. Nate be going through a lot of shit, man. Lost his moms, lost his pops. Steady keeping his head up, steady keeping it pushing. Miss 504, love her to death. You could see her son meant the world to her. And the things that have gone on here, you know what I mean? But that lady persevered. She persevered. I can't even imagine losing my only son. She lost her only son. She get up, and she do what she got to do, and she keep a smile on her face, whether she's hated on or loved. She keep it pushing, man. She keep it pushing. But you could best believe there's somebody out here that she's leaning on. It could be the love of her grandbaby, the love of her daughter, or the love of that friend that just picked the phone up and call her and say, "Hey, girl, how you doing out here, baby?" And turn that frown upside down and get her smiling. Be that person, man. Choose to be the person that inspires and lifts up instead of kick and push down. You know what I'm saying? You be the change you want to see. If you want to see a change and you want things to be different, then you be that. You be that. And if you got a snake slithering around in your garden, man, I feel bad for you. Cut it off. Even if it hurt, cut it off. Because if Jay Quill was there for me or Tazo's in my corner, they're not gonna be in my corner just when it's good. You know what I mean? They're gonna be in your corner and try to help you up, because when you're down, that's when you need it the most. When someone's down, that's when they need you the most. Pick them up. Give them a call. My boys hit me up, man. You know, I'm going to keep it G. I'm going to keep it pushing. Still hit a nigga up. What's going on, Melee? On out there in them crazy ass streets, man. Shit crazy, dog. Do this, do that. Yeah, you right, man. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then I will get off the phone with them, and then I can go lift somebody else's spirits up. I can be inspiration to others, man. It is a circle, man. So if you out there and you dealing with some shit, or somebody you love is dealing with some shit, be a beautiful soul. Be a good spirit. Inspire, care, and give out what you want to get back. And you'll get that. You got kids, man. Don't look at them like they gonna be little babies forever and talk to them all crazy, because you will make them crazy. You got to give them the love that you wanted to get. You got to give them the love that you got inside you, whatever it is, man. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on your children. You know how our kids are. And whatever it takes, then that's what you got to do. You know, I get mad. I told my one man, shoot, my kids, they don't call me unless they want money. I'm thinking he going to say, well, you got to do it. He said, well, then give them the money. I said, what do you mean? I said, man, they only call when they want money. He said, well, when they call, ain't you be glad they calling? It's only money. If you really want them to call and talk to you and they call and asking for money, shit, it's only money. Yeah, well, they making me feel like they using me. Do you want them to call or not, dude? So whatever reason they using to call you, when they call you, then you pour the love into them. Even if it's just for 5 minutes. They get the money they want. You don't hear from them till the next time they need money. Then hopefully they'll spend it fast. And that shit just roll around in my head like, that's some bullshit, man. That's, got everybody in this life just using me. Nobody care about me. Nobody want to love me. Man, that's bullshit. That's bullshit because kids is going to be kids. We all was there. Every kid go through the selfish period in their life because they growing up. They smelling their ass. And this is the time that your advice and your words, you might not think is hitting home, but it is. Because I can guarantee you, if you talking shit to them, that's going to hit home. That's going to stay with them. So when you think they ain't listening or they ain't caring or they ain't paying you no mind, it's like a seed, man. When you plant a seed, you don't get the fruit right away. That seed got to grow and grow and grow. And then right before the goddamn season ends, before it turned from hot to cold, boom, there go the fruit. Here come the tomatoes. Here come the corn. So you got to plant that seed and water it. You can't plant the seed and then water it. And then because you watered it for 2 weeks, now you mad at it because it ain't grew and they ain't produced no tomatoes or no corn or whatever it is. Ain't no cucumbers on the vine. Now you mad, so you quit watering it. That ain't how it works, man. That ain't how it works. You got to pour that love into them at all times. That you can look at the state of the Black community. You can look at the state of this country, look at the state of the world, social media, and all type of shit has gotten everybody to the point where all they care about is me. Me. Some of these motherfuckers, they babies. You just, dad? Mm-mm. Kid's first word, mine. See what that baby say? That's the first word, mine. That's how it is today. Everybody's out for self, and you can see it. It's murders, rapings, killings, conning, scheming, lying, a whole bunch of fuckery going on. And then nobody taking responsibility for what they do. Just blame the next man and fuck him and run over him. Blame the next woman. Fuck her. Fuck that bitch and run right over her. Pour the love into the kids, man. You want love, you got to give love. You want to be accepted for who you are, then you got to accept people for who they are. Life is short, man. How many of y'all them lost parents and just wish that you could just have one more conversation with them? One more conversation. And you could take the stick out your ass and get rid of that funky attitude because you mad about something. Or you was mad about something that was stupid. And tell them, I love you. That's all. Just want to tell you I love you. Life is short. And one day you're not going to be able to say that. One day you're going to bury your mom. You're going to bury your dad. Lord forbid you have to bury your child, that one you've been fighting with. You know? Sometimes you got to let just people be who they are and accept them for who they are. You know what I mean? How many of you out here got that mom that just can't get it right? You got to help her with a bill every now and then. Or you got that dad, he like to drink. You got to help him with his bills every now and then. Or your grandma in the nursing home. and you don't go visit her like you should. You know what I mean? Because when you go there, I don't like how it smells in this place. Grandma, she don't be saying nothing. She don't even know I'm here. You don't know what that's like. She might know you're here, but the part that speaks can't say it. You'll never know. Get caught up in yourself. You know what they say. Those that sweat themselves find themselves by themselves. Don't sweat yourself. You still got time to make it right. Make it right with your children. Make it right with your parents. Make it right with those friends that you know you did wrong to. Don't be on a high horse. Don't be on a high horse. Ain't gonna get you nowhere. Shit, man. I harbored that ill will. I love my grandmother to death, man. My grandmother was like my mom. Love her to death. But there was always that little what she said. And what I should have did when I should have talked to her about it. I should have let her know. And maybe she would have told me why she said it, or maybe she would have apologized, whatever it was, but I didn't. And so now that she's gone, that thing is just still there, man. And that's one of the things that just gnaws at my craw. If you got a chance, make it right with your family. Make it right with your parents. Your mom and dad might be doing some shit you don't approve of. I always ask people, say, oh yeah, he did this. She did that. Damn. Do they got to be perfect to be in your life? They can't make no mistake. You know what I mean? Your mom messed up with her boyfriend. Yeah, you told her don't date the motherfucker. So you gonna punish her for that too? She didn't babysit for you. She told you she was gonna babysit and you bought the tickets and you was supposed to go out and she didn't show up and you had to cancel. You mad as hell. Life is too short to be losing loved ones behind bullshit. Be the change that you want to see, man. How can you change somebody else if you don't change yourself? Change starts with self. You want to see a change in your life? Make some changes. Don't expect everybody around you to change. You got to make some changes. Tell your mom, tell your dad, no matter what, I love you. We'll make this shit right between us. If it's just one person out there, man, you that dude, man. You was in the system. You was in a foster care. Shit, you think your family, you know, just cause your people didn't tell you sorry or come to you crying, don't mean they didn't care and they didn't wish it happened. Sometimes you gotta open up the door for forgiveness so people can ask you to forgive them. It might seem messed up or effed up. Why I got to say something? They the ones that did it. Because you're bigger than them. You got more heart than them. You know how important it is. Yeah. Your mom had you in the system. You don't know who your dad is. Tell your mom you forgive her. You can forgive your mother for something like you being in foster care. or you not knowing who your dad is, and you tell them, I forgive you, I love you, they might be mean to you because they don't know how to handle that, or they think you're gonna get mad, or you bitter at them, or they can't face you because of the mistakes that they made, so they avoiding you. Because when they see you, it's a reminder of how they fucked up. Open up the door for them so they can walk through it and y'all can make it better. What's it matter of who, what matter if you say sorry first? If by you just saying 2 words, I'm sorry, or I forgive you, even if they don't ask, I forgive you. If that can change and make and enrich your life and make things better, then it's all good. And it's all good. Because if you want to be loved by those that your mom and your dad and or your kids, it don't matter who opens the door, walk through it. It don't really matter. Life is short, y'all. One day you're gonna get that call. Dad died. What? Yeah, dad died. Mom died. Then you can't change it, man. Then you can't change it. So I don't know who you are, whether you on the live or you gonna hear this later. But if that's your situation, tell them that you love them. Tell your parents that you love them. Your mom had you in that group home. You got kids. Imagine how you would feel if your kids was in a group home in foster care. You was fucking up. And now they're grown and they don't speak to you. That would destroy you. But if they gave you a chance and told you they forgave you, can you imagine how that'd make you feel? It ain't about them. I don't care how they feel. Man, if you can do that to change the door you're opening up, then they'll feel like they're able to love you. You say you don't want them. I don't need them. I'm over that. That shit done sailed. That part of my life is closed. You will always be unhappy. You will always be quick to anger. You will be quick to, don't nobody care. Fuck everybody. I don't give a damn. Me against the world. I got this. That how you really want to live? That how you really want to be? Do you want to cry in the shower? And you cry in the shower because you can't let nobody see you cry because you got to be tough? Or you can't let nobody know you care because you got to be tough because you can't show no weakness because you've been being hurt all your life? It's just a charade. It's just a facade. You got the opportunity. You still got time to make it right. Hey, yo, Tazo TV. Hey, yo, Tazo. You want to go get some picnic baskets? Coming to VA, baby. I don't know, man. It just came over me, man. I was watching the Hall of Fame shit, man, the inductions and all that, man. And the dude was talking about a dead relative, man. And, you know, he wished that he had said some things to his dad that he never said, man. His dad died and, you know, he can't change it. And the man was leaking and crying tears, man. And he was talking to his kids, you know, about doing better and being a good man and different things, man. And it just hit me, man. Like I'm seeing gunplay. I'm just seeing a lot of shit, man. And I'm realizing, man, that don't nobody out here give a damn. Don't nobody out here give a damn, man. And shit ain't cool, man. Shit ain't cool. I'm not gonna live my life like that, man. I'm not gonna live my life like that. People gonna judge you when you're doing well. They not gonna congratulate you. They not gonna give you a pat on the back. They not gonna applaud you. They not gonna say good job. They just only gonna wait for it when the bad shit happens, so they can kick your ass. They can kick you in the ass. Remember, there ain't never a foot too busy to kick a man when he's down. Don't you be that foot. You help your man up. Help your mother up. Help your father up. Help your kids up. Help your friends up. So whoever you are, man, hey, man, Melee all day, love you. I got love for people, man, genuinely. I know I'm a nice guy. I'm a good guy, man. I got love for people. I just ain't got love for people that sit on lives and make shit up on people and tee-hee while they don't get no views on their channel. Or they'll post a video and say what they doing and it's snow on the ground. And it's summertime. Come on, man, you're cap. You're all cap. Go brush your teeth, man. Ooh, shit. Go brush your teeth, man. God damn, you done put Mr. Yuck out of business. They ain't even putting Mr. Yuck on the Ajax or none of that shit no more. They putting a picture of this motherfucker's mouth. Ooh, Mr. Yuck Cuck. Yeah, Mr. Cucky Mouth. Shit crazy, man. You grown, man. Brush your teeth, man. No reason for you to smile and it looked like you got leftover peanut butter and jelly all on your gums and stuck to your teeth, man. All that plaque and tartar on there. Brush your goddamn teeth. You're too old for this. God damn you. Put your teeth under the pillow for the tooth fairy. Tooth fairy gonna leave that shit under there. Or if he take it, he gonna leave you a note and no money and leave you a toothbrush and some toothpaste. That's what the tooth fairy gonna leave this motherfucker. But whoever you are, make it right with your folks before it's too late. Then you gotta live with regrets all day and night. So, you know, Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. My dad's a good dad. He's a tough old bird. He ain't tough no more though, but he used to be. But no matter what we've been through, man, at the end of the day, he has saved my life. So I love my dad. Love you, Pops. He's still alive, still kicking. Call me sometime, bro. It's Melee all day. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace.